Today, we are jumping into an amazing story of suspense and cleverness called If I Were You. It's a play that really gets you thinking about a pretty chilling question. What if someone wanted to steal your life? I mean, just think about that for a second. You're home, minding your own business, and suddenly an intruder breaks in. But this guy isn't after your TV or your money. Nope, he wants your identity, your car, your house. He wants to become you. That is the terrifying idea at the very heart of this story. So, the story kicks off in what feels like a totally normal, quiet setting. But you know that quiet isn't going to last long, right? Let's meet our main guy, Gerard. He's a writer, super witty and sophisticated, and he's living this peaceful life all by himself in a cozy little cottage. It's the perfect picture of calm, and it's about to be completely shattered. And then, bam, the piece is broken. An intruder bursts in, and you can immediately see how different these two are. You've got Gerard, this calm, clever guy who uses his words, up against this aggressive, flashy man who's just waving a gun around. It's a classic brains versus brawn showdown right from the get-go. And this line right here, it tells you everything you need to know about Gerard. A man with a gun just broke into his house, and his reaction isn't to scream or panic, it's this cool, almost polite curiosity. He's so calm, it actually throws the intruder off his game. Pretty quickly, it becomes obvious that this was not a random break-in. This intruder, he's here for a reason. He has a very specific and, frankly, a very scary plan in mind. So the intruder starts asking all these questions, but it's weird because he already seems to know the answers. Do you live here alone? Do you have a car? It's clear he's been watching Gerard, learning his routine. This isn't just a robbery, it's a total invasion of his life. And here it is, the intruder's plan. It's as simple as it is brutal. Step 1, kill Gerard. Step 2, just take over his whole identity. And step 3, use Gerard's quiet, solitary life as the perfect place to hide out from the cops. And there it is. He just says it, flat out, no emotion. This is that moment where the threat becomes absolutely real. The intruder isn't trying to scare him, he's just stating a fact. As far as he's concerned, it's already a done deal. So, why do all this? Why such an extreme plan? Well, it turns out the intruder is desperate. He admits that he's already killed a cop, and has been on the run ever since. He sees Gerard's life as his only ticket to freedom, his only way to survive. Okay, so Gerard is basically staring death in the face. He can't physically fight the intruder, that's not going to work. So he has to change the game. He's got to move the fight to a battlefield where he has the upper hand, his own mind. This is really the biggest question in the whole play, isn't it? When brute force is off the table, what have you got left? For Gerard, the answer is his brain. Perfect timing and, well, a little bit of acting. And this is where we see Gerard's genius start to shine. He doesn't beg, he doesn't plead. Instead, he just starts talking to the guy, casually pointing out little problems with his plan. He's planting these tiny seeds of doubt, all while buying himself more and more time. Remember how the intruder had his big surprise? Well, now it's Gerard's turn, and trust me, his surprise is way better. With this one line, Gerard completely flips the script. Just like that, he's not the victim anymore. He's a man with a secret that he says will save his life. Now the intruder's listening, and so are we. So what is this big secret, this very good reason? Well, it's a complete lie, a brilliant bluff that he makes up on the spot. Gerard, the playwright, is about to give the performance of a lifetime for an audience of one. And here's the pivot. He looks the intruder right in the eye and basically says, "You think you're a criminal? Buddy, I'm a way bigger deal than you are." He's using the intruder's own view of him to set up this incredible trap. Gerard's story is just genius. He explains that all those things the intruder noticed, living alone, the mysterious phone calls, it's all because he's a criminal too. He claims he's also a murderer on the run. And get this, the cops are on their way to raid his cottage tonight. So if the intruder kills him and takes his place, he won't be escaping the law. He'll be walking right into a police trap. The bait has been set. The intruder is confused. He's starting to believe Gerard's wild story. And now, it's time to spring the trap. Seeing his chance, Gerard grabs a bag, which is actually just a prop for one of his plays, and tells the intruder they have to get out of there, right now. He points to a door and tells the intruder to look out and make sure the coast is clear. And here's the climax. The panicked intruder leans in to peek through the so-called door. The second he does, Gerard gives him a big shove, slams it shut, and locks it. It was never an escape route. It was a cupboard. The trap is sprung. He got him. So, with a dangerous criminal banging away inside his cupboard, what does Gerard do? Does he freak out? Nope. He calmly walks over to the phone, totally cool and collected. And his final words are just perfect. He calls the police, but he makes it sound like he's just talking to someone about a play rehearsal. His near-death experience? For him, it's just great material for his next script. It just goes to show you this is who he is, a storyteller, right to the very end. And that's really what this whole story leaves us thinking about. The intruder had the gun, he had all the physical power, but Gerard? He had a much better weapon, the ability to spin an incredible story under pressure. It really makes you wonder, doesn't it? When you're backed into a corner, what's more likely to save you? Brute force or a really, really good story?